Hey everybody, I'm here at Nockamixon State Park in Pennsylvania. I'm in Bucks County today. It's a really chilly morning. It's about 35 degrees, so I'm all bundled up here, and I'm down by the fishing pier in the lake area. So if you are not familiar with Nockamixon State Park, it's in scenic Bucks County, fairly close to Philadelphia. Like, you could do a day trip here. The park consists of 5,289 acres, so there's lots to explore here. For me, the highlight of the park is Lake Nockamixon. It's a 1,450 acre lake. It's got a lot of public boating launch areas. It's great for fishing. So if you are not familiar with Nockamixon State Park, it's in scenic Bucks County, fairly close to Philadelphia. Like, you could do a day trip here. The park consists of 5,289 acres. So there's lots to explore here. Today my plan here at Nockamixon is to go down and see the waterfall area. So I'm just heading there right now. It's a paved trail, super simple. For me, the highlight of the park is Lake Nockamixon. It's a 1,450 acre lake. It's got a lot of public boating launch areas. It's great for fishing. Okay, so there hasn't been too much going on along this trail, just some wooded areas, some small birds, but now we're getting back closer to the lake, so we should start to have some interesting views. Let's take a peek down here and look. As you can see here, the lake's a little bit misty, a little bit foggy. It's one of those cold, gray winter days here, but it's still very beautiful. So I've been to Nockamixon several times before. We used to use the camping cottages, or not cottages, camping cabins here. My family rented those several times when our kids were younger, and they were really great. But we tended to stay on the other side of the park. And then, we'd frequent like the playground. We'd take our kayak out. At that point in time, we had an inflatable. So I've never seen this section of the park, so I'm excited to check it out today. So this is the Stover Mill grinding stone here. Pretty cool. This is such a beautiful spot. There's plenty of rocks here that are easy to climb out on and aren't slippery, so you can get up close to this waterfall if you want to check it out more. This park is super beautiful, but there is some sad history for the people that lived in this local area. So in the 60s, the state decided that they were going to build a dam across the Tohickon Creek to create Nockamixon State Park, and they were going to flood a valley. So this kind of upset local residents. 800 people went to kind of protest this, but they ended up taking 290 farms, homes, businesses, an 18th century village, a stone arch bridge, and they ended up flooding it to create the lake here. They had inmates from the local prison provide the labor in building the lake, and there's a little path here in the park called the Prison Camp Trail. So I guess the park and the project was completed in June of 1973. So So it's a beautiful park, a beautiful lake, but lost under the lake, it was a village and people's homes and people's farms. So that's a little bit sad to think about. I love when you see these ferns out here. Even in the winter, it's beautiful, and the moss. So we've got another stone dam here. It looks like it's been removed. Very pretty. It's on this tree. It's gorgeous. So if you're new to hiking and it's something you want to get started with and you want to get into, this is just a little reminder that you don't have to buy a bunch of fancy gear. You don't have to have the latest gear. This old backpack is probably like 9 years old. I got it years ago, and my husband and I just share it when we hike. We take turns who's carrying it to hold all our supplies. It's ratty. Doesn't look the most glamorous. It's got some, I know, scratches and things on it, but hey, it functions. And my whole philosophy is if something still works, just because it looks gross or doesn't look as trendy, doesn't mean you should replace it. So that's kind of my philosophy on things. My hiking boots are 8 years old as well. They're not worn out or anything. They don't have holes in them. So hey, if it ain't broken, don't buy something new, don't fix it, right? But if you're interested in getting started with hiking, get out there, put one foot in front of the other. Unless you're planning to like hike the Appalachian Trail or something, like most hikes you can probably get by in a pair of sneakers. You can bring an old school backpack or something to hold some supplies in it first. Won't be as comfortable as a real hiking backpack, but it'll get you started. My advice is just get out there, see if you like it, and just find a trail. Start easy and work your way up. And I hope that you find if you start hiking that it brings you the peace and the relaxation and the joy that I get from it and that our family gets from it. So even though this is blacktop, it definitely has some icy sections and is a bit slippery. So I'm having to go a little bit slow here because you don't see the black ice in certain patches. Okay, so I'm walking out on the asphalt road to the end of the fishing pier, and I'm going to take out my other camera because there's a lot of ducks out here and birds on the lake, and I want to see if I can get some photos of them, get some close-ups to show all of you. All right, so this will wrap it up for Nockamixon State Park. If you're interested in camping here, I do have a video on my channel page showing a tour of one of the modern cabins that we stayed in a couple years ago. So if you're looking to stay in a modern cabin at Nockamixon, you can actually find that on my channel page. It's got the specific cabin number, so you can kind of see more of what that experience would be like. If you're interested in more Pennsylvania State Park content, go to our channel page. We love visiting Pennsylvania State Parks. Thanks for watching.